Folks, this is Spike. In the winter time and spring up till it gets warm all the time, Spike spends his days and his nights at the Boma Petting Zoo with the goats. Usually inside over here in the barn. But it's nice enough today, this second to last day in April, that he's outside. And I love him. If you know me very well, you know that turtles have been my favorite animals my entire life. Spike here is a special type of giant tortoise, and he's basically as old as or older than the Louisville Zoo, which opened in 1969, the year before I came on this earth. So I'm reminded today, I've been thinking a lot about, since I'm here in this place surrounded by roaring lions, you can see zebras across the way, the goats here, of course, all around me, about what I spoke on Sunday with Genesis chapter 7 and 8, or chapter 7, and then this week coming up, it will be Genesis chapter 8. And it's speaking about Noah's Ark and God having Noah and his family bring in mating pairs of each kind of animal, of every clean animal and then even every unclean animal. And he wanted to make sure that there was something of everything, every kind of animal that there was. And I thought about also the fact that he had a set of humankind as well. Now, he didn't have a set of redheads and folks with darker skin and folks with lighter skin and folks from this part of the world, that part of the world, because he looks at, and I agree with this summation that's taught a lot at Answers in Genesis, that there is one humankind. We are all of one. There's not separate types of humans as people in these days like to say. But with the animals themselves, I love it because that's evidence right there of a creative God who wanted us to have a variety of animals on this earth. An animal like a tortoise that's going to live longer than most other animals around. You can see Spike, he's kind of an old dude. He doesn't move very fast, but he knows what he's doing and he has a good time doing it. This coming week, chapter 8 in Genesis, I will be speaking from that, and part of it is that after Noah's Ark lands on dry land, once the water starts to recede, Noah makes sacrifices to God of and from the animals. And that, of course, implies between the lines that there were live births on the ark, because he would not have had Noah and his family sacrifice the last living specimens of each kind of animal. But in fact, they had propagated while they were on the ark all that time. It's beautiful, even in an awful story, as I said from the pulpit at Drennan Sunday, about how God had to have a reset, a reboot, because of how treacherous we had become, how sinful we had become, going down a slippery slope since Adam and Eve introduced us to sin through Satan, in defiance of God and his lovely garden. But God wanted us to have creation like this, and like all around. Goats are over there, you can see, and then across the way we'll have the zebras. And just a lovely thought as you're here. When you're around such variety, you think of God's creation. You think about what he has done for us and what he has given and entrusted to us. So Genesis chapter 7 and 8, if you've not been at worship for a while, give those a read. They're very interesting about the animal world. We'll catch up with you soon.